When the war involving Iran began, a massive flood of rapid-fire analysis immediately dominated the entire global narrative. Analysts, including many Pakistani liberals, framed the conflict as a cold calculation over resources and regional leverage. The discussion centered almost exclusively on military assets and the movements of the IRGC. The IRGC, or Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, is Iran's primary military and political organization. Yet beneath this high-level tactical debate, every major news outlet ignored a devastating detail on the ground. This obsession with geopolitical strategy effectively masked the calculated nature of the war's opening move. To understand the actual target, we have to look past the military framing and focus on the people on the ground in Iran. The opening strike of the war bypassed every strategic military installation in favor of an elementary school for girls. More than 160 girls were killed in that single attack. Targeting a primary school over a military base signals a campaign of psychological destruction, prioritizing terror over territorial control. This specific loss of life leads to a question the media never asked. Do you even know the name of that school? The school was named Shajar-e-Tayyaba. In Islamic tradition, Shajar-e-Tayyaba translates to the pure tree. It describes the blessed lineage of Prophet Muhammad. Striking a target with this name was a deliberate signal meant to desecrate a core symbol of Muslim identity. The attack functioned as a calculated provocation, demonstrating an intent to humiliate the Ummah, the global community of Muslims, by destroying their sacred symbols. This symbolic strike in Iran follows a pattern of warfare that has defined the landscape of Gaza since October 2023. We are seeing a consistent strategy where civilian and educational centers are bombed. This is the UNWA Mamounia Prep Girls School, showing a massive blast crater in its courtyard. UNRWA is the UN relief agency supporting Palestinian refugees. These tactics result in staggering death tolls that fall almost exclusively on the most vulnerable. The parallel destruction in Gaza and Iran reveals a doctrine of impunity, where aggressors operate knowing they can destroy innocent lives and sacred symbols without facing a unified response. These external forces act with such blatant impunity because they recognize a profound lack of resistance. The Muslim world is currently entirely preoccupied with internal conflict, allowing these attacks to proceed without fear of collective retaliation. Factions continue to prioritize localized rivalries and resource disputes, even to the point of death, while the broader community remains fragmented. Self-inflicted division and the silence of a fractured community enable this destruction more effectively than any enemy's military strength. This civilizational decay was diagnosed decades ago by Allama Iqbal, a prominent philosopher and poet whose words still haunt the present. Iqbal observed a deep state of hypocrisy, stating, "In appearance, you are Christians. In civilization, you are Hindus. These are the Muslims whose condition makes even the Jews feel ashamed." That critique mirrors today's crisis, where unified defense is traded for cultural assimilation and internal bickering, while the region's heritage burns. Breaking the media silence requires sharing the truth about strikes like Shajar-e-Tayyaba and recognizing that unity is the only remaining shield. Until the internal fractures of the Ummah heal, the loss of innocent lives and the desecration of sacred sites will remain the tragic cost of this division.